Black Power and Peace family, this is your brother coming at you, Floyd Williams, the author of the book, The Holy Black Papyrus, The Origin of Racism and Unspoken Truth. You know, freedom is way more than an aspiration, it's a destiny. Freedom is more than aspiration, it is a destiny, and it is rooted in the foundation of the universe and nature. Okay? So, for us not to be free as a people, to me, is symbolism of us not being eternally and spiritually lined up with ourselves. And not being lined up with ourselves as a people, we're not going to be in tune and lined up with nature or the universe. Okay? Because freedom is more than an aspiration. It's a destiny. And that is our lot and what it is that we're supposed to be as a people. Okay? And the reason why we're not able to move out in power, okay, and take the firm steps that we need to do, because our spirit and our hearts is weak and is not lined up. The fourth chakra is the heart, okay, and it's in dealing with the chakras, it's related to the immune system, and the immune system is a defense system. So our fortifications and our spirit and our immune system and defenses is not strong, is not in tune with what it needs to be, because we're not in line with ourselves. Okay, we have a lot of voices and things going on within our being. Our first chakra is telling us, no, you can't do this. No, you don't have enough. No, you cannot win. You're outgunned, you're outclassed, you're outnumbered. You don't have this. They've been running a race 400, 500 years ahead of you. You can't beat the white man and everything else. That's that first chakra. Okay, but that seventh chakra, that spiritual witness, that state of pure consciousness, which is based on liberation, it tells us we can win. So we got a lot of conflicts going within. But once we get in line and tune with ourselves, we'll be able to move out and we'll win, and we'll get that victory that's waiting on us, because we'll be in tune with our spirit and in tune with our heart. Okay? The heart also represents the electromagnetic spirit and realm. Okay? And so that puts us out there with the matter. Okay? And the energy. Okay? And that represents the potential energy. We must tap into it. You have Ma'at, truth, justice, righteousness, and reciprocity, which we know has foundations in cosmology, astrology, okay, and the cosmos. And it's the law of nature. The law of nature is liberation. That's what we're supposed to be as a people. When we get that, when we move out and get it, we get what we strive for. Freedom always comes by way of a man's hands, but we don't have it, because as Lauryn Hill say, you can't win when you ain't right within. We must strengthen and fortify our spirit and start paying more attention to our subtle being. How do you think it is that our people won? Many times, the Zulu, okay, the Ethiopians, okay, and a whole bunch of our ancestors who took part in great battles and wars, they was outnumbered, but they still was able to win, because they was in tune with the spirit within themselves, and their hearts was strong because of their spirit. Okay, that's what it's about. Spirit. We must strengthen it and get it right. Ma'at, true justice, reciprocity, and order. And sometimes peace is something that has to be maintained, and it has to be gotten by way of an act that you may perceive as being violent. Everything that we perceive or think is violence is not violence. Even though it may be bloodshed, or even though it may be the physical inflicting of pain on somebody, it's not violence. Okay? It's justice being administered or rendered, or liberation being gained, or sought. Okay? It's balance. Okay? Ma'at, true justice, reciprocity, and order. Dealing with the Greek mythology, you have Greek and Roman mythology, you have Demeter. Okay, Demeter is the goddess of justice, who is nothing but the personification and representation of Ma'at. Demeter means the measure, basically, Demeter. Okay, Tahuti, dealing with the root of the word, Tahu, it means to measure. It means to measure. And all of this is rooted and founded in the foundations of the universe and within our beings. Okay, the microcosm is a reflection of the macrocosm, so that is us. Okay, then you have nemesis. Nemesis is defined as just retribution. So all these killings, Okay, judicial killings, white power, murders. All right, we not. So what does that mean? It means we not mad enough. We not mad enough about it. Okay, when you get rooted within yourself and you're in tune with your spirit and your heart, and you get ready to move out, you're in tune with that. Then you get your liberation because you're in tune with nature. That's natural and natural and nature right there for us to have it. It's divine. It's divine. But once we get in line with ourselves, we'll get the fruit of our divinity and the reward, which is liberation. But we must get in harmony and accord with ourselves, and harmony and accord with the spirit of the universe, which is liberation. Got to strengthen our hearts and strengthen our spirits, and then from there we can move out and we can win. You know, so start reflecting over your subtle being. Start reflecting over that second and that spiritual heart. That's what it's all about. We got to have spirit. We got to have spirit. Where is our spirit at as a people? Where is our heart? We ain't got time for no second civil rights movement. Black Lives Matter, we shall overcome. Black Lives Matter, we shall overcome. It's the same chant. It's the same thing. It's the same mantra, because you're asking and you're making a petition and you're asking your oppressor to grant you something that you can only grant yourself. And it shall be interpreted as an act of weakness and cowardice with the creation of excuses. Okay, we ain't got time for no second civil rights movement. Okay? And that's a real cowardly and dastardly act to try to redo that in 2016. The only thing you be doing is sacrificing the children. You're sacrificing the children. You're sacrificing a whole generation and the generations and the generations to come. We can't do that with another civil rights movement. All you doing is sacrificing the children. Okay? So we got to get our heart right, got to get our spirits right, get lined up with ourselves, and we'll kill that inner conflict, and then we'll move out and be in accordance with nature, and we'll have the liberation that we need and we're supposed to have. Black power.